Which is more valuable? 140 pounds of pennies or a 5-foot 8-inch stack of quarters? Let's make an initial guess using our intuition. Which do you think would be more valuable and why? Think about this one. It takes a lot, like 100 pennies to equal $1, but only 4 quarters equal $1. So a 5-foot stack of quarters would be a lot of quarters. So I think the stack of quarters would be more valuable than the pile of pennies. Well, let's look at this. Let's see what would be an unreasonable estimate. And this is using Fermi thinking. Right? If I had pennies weighing 140 pounds, I would think that that's going to be more than $1.40. So that's 140 pennies. That's not 140 pounds. That's 140 pennies. I can't imagine that weighing 140 pounds unless a penny is a pound. So that's too low. Then I also don't think it's going to be $100,000 either, because that would have to be like 100. That's a lot of pennies. That's going to be like 100,000 pennies or some a lot of pennies, and I would think that would weigh more than 140 pounds. So let's look at quarters. Quarters, 25 cents, $25. There's no way that is going to be a stack 5 feet 8 inches tall. But $1,000, I could see that being a way too tall of a stack. So 100 quarters is $25. I wrote that backwards. I just can't see that a stack of 100 quarters would be 5 feet tall. Let's assess what we know and don't know. We know that a quarter is 25 cents. We know that a penny is 1 cent. We know that 4 quarters will give you $1, and we know 100 pennies will give you $1. What we don't know is how much does a penny weigh, since I need 140 pounds of pennies? And how thick is a quarter, because I need to stack them. So based on our unknowns, what questions could we come up with? How about a penny is 2.5 grams, but how many grams in a pound? That's something I gotta look up. And 1 quarter is 1.75 millimeters thick. I looked that up. But how many millimeters are in an inch? Let's explain our process. Let's think about how we will come up with an answer and show any scratch work. So here's my thinking. A quarter we looked up as 1/7500 millimeters. 1/75 millimeters is 0.069 inches. So each quarter is 69 thousandths of an inch thick. I got that from Google. See. So I know that 5 feet 8 inches is 68 inches. So if I take the number of inches for the stack, let's see, 68 inches. Is that what I want? 68 inches. Yeah, that's how tall I need the stack to be. And I need to divide that by each quarter's thickness, which is 69 inches. I will need 986 quarters to build a stack that's 68 inches tall. Well, so a 5/8 inch stack contains 986 quarters. And since each quarter is 25 cents, I multiply together and I get a grand total of $246.50. Let's look at the pennies. 1 penny is 2.5 grams. Look that up. Got that from Google. You can see that. So, but 1 pound, 140 pounds then would be 453.6 grams times 140. If you look at the Google on the right, is 1 pound is 453.6 grams. So that's 1 pound. So if I multiply that times 140, I get 63,504 grams. And so If I divide the number of grams by how much each penny is in a gram, each penny is 2.5 grams, then I am going to end up with 25,402 pennies. So 140 pounds is 25,402 pennies. So that means if I multiply that out, 25,402 times 100, which is each penny, I get $254.02. So what is my conclusion? I conclude that 140 pounds of pennies will be more valuable than a 5-foot, 8-inch stack of quarters. Why? Because 140 pounds of pennies is $254.02, while a stack of quarters is $246.50. So the pennies, the pound of pennies wins out, the pile of pennies wins out over the stack of quarters. And that concludes our discussion.